Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnett D. Love. Listen, I just wanted to come to you today on this show to just talk about being tolerated. And I want everybody to know that we are too important to just be tolerated. We are too important. You are too important to just be tolerated. And we have to walk as such. We have to know these things. We have to live these things and speak these things that we are too important to be tolerated. We can't just let people treat us any kind of way. You can't accept things just because you want to be a part of an event or an activity or anything. You can't accept anything. You're too important to just be tolerated. So I just want to talk about that on this show on today. Yes, I'm all bundled up because I wanted to go to the office, but I'm not sure if I can get in. So I said I'm going to just come out here and talk to you from outside. There are so many things that's going on in our lives, right? We going through so much, and sometimes we add to it by trying to fit in. We add to it by trying to be somewhere that we really shouldn't be. Listen, if it's something, if we get that feeling, if you get that feeling that you don't belong here, 9 times out of 10, you just don't belong here. If you get a feeling that this is not the place for you, this is not the activity for you, these are not the people for you, 9 times out of 10, your feeling is correct. I'm telling you, we have to go with our gut feeling. That's all we have. And we have to remember the way that we initially feel is normally the way that it is. So we can't go places and think that we're going to allow people or allow people, not even think, but we can't go places and allow people to just tolerate us. Either they want you around, they want us around, or they don't want us around. That's fine. And sometimes we just need to know that this is not where we should be. We should not be around. You know, I get so tired of looking at people trying to fit in. I really do. I see it all the time. I used to see it a lot when I was more active in politics besides running. Before I started running for politics, I worked in the background. And I used to see so many people trying to fit in, wanting to be a part of something larger than what they think they are, because see what you got going on is large, it's important, it's where it's at. What you got going on, when you have your own thing going, your own getting you some business, that's a big thing, and a lot of us don't understand that. My thing is a big thing. Me working for myself is a big thing. Me working for somebody else, to me, is not a big thing. Me making it happen for myself is a big thing. Me being my own boss is a big thing. I might not be able to pull in the coins in the beginning like other people or like working for someone else, but it's a big thing to me. And so when you have your own business, and I'm talking about minding your business type business, that's a big thing, and a lot of people don't understand that they're so busy trying to fit in with somebody else's big thing, and they accept the fact that they are being tolerated. And we have to stop normalizing being tolerated. We have to remember that we are important as individuals as well, and we can't just get treated any kind of way. Now, when I say we have to stop being tolerated, let me go a little bit deeper. We have to stop allowing people to just use us when they need us, okay? We have to, if you don't call me daily to check on me, or every other day, or, once a month even, or once a week to check on me, what kind of relationship is that we have? We are associates. We are associates. Stop running around here telling all these lies, talking about that's my friend, that's my this, that's my that, unless y'all have that type of understanding. But if you know that this person really don't do you, how is it your friend? Now, don't get me wrong. I have friends that I don't talk to every day, every month, or every year. I have friends. But these are my friends that when I wake up in the morning after my birthday, well, we don't have to talk to each other every week, every month. We have already solidified that we are friends. I am talking about the people that don't know you unless you're doing things for them. That is what I'm talking about. The people that don't reach out to you unless you're doing something for them. And people that don't do anything for you now, you always doing for them. How do you call those people your friends? No, you are being tolerated because they need you. You are being what I like to call a worker bee. That's what you are, a worker bee. And I know it's tight, but it's right. We have to stop being tolerated. We have to stop allowing people to tolerate us. But stop putting ourselves in that position where we are being tolerated. Either they're going to accept you, respect you, or just totally reject you. It's up to you how you be treated. My mother always taught me that people are going to treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. And see, I have this thing now. I don't know how true it is, but I read it or seen it all across the social media about them Sagittarius that how quickly they cut people off, and how you can't really run over them. I don't know. I just know that's me. I just know that I'll cut you off quickly because I need my peace, and my peace is more important than being up in somebody's face or somebody being up in my face. I will cut you off quickly because I'm not the type of person that's going to be used, and I'm not going to do too much for you when you don't do for me. And so we have to remember that we are important beings. Our contribution to this world is important. Us being here is for a reason, and we shouldn't allow anybody to treat us as if we're being tolerated. I always teach people that you have to know your worth. And when you learn your worth, you'll watch how you allow people to treat you. You'll pay attention to the negative vibes that they bring, and the negativity that they bring with them. You will pay attention to that because that's not what you deserve, and you'll start realizing, hey, I don't deserve people to talk to me like that. I don't deserve to be treated like that. I don't deserve to be the only one giving in this relationship. And so that's what we must do for ourselves. First of all, we must know our worth. We must identify our worth. We can't. Now, let's not be ridiculous now and put ourselves on a pedestal because nobody is better than anyone. And that's another thing that we have to remember. They're not better than you, and you're not better than them. I'm not better than anybody, and nobody's better than me. I truly believe that when we leave this earth, we're all going the same way, pretty much. One way or another, you're going to be buried 6 feet under, or you're going to be cremated. That's all I know about. I don't know if we can be stuffed yet, but you're going to either be buried or cremated. But I do know we're not taking anything from this earth with us. Not nothing. Not a thing. They might put something in your coffin, but I can almost guarantee you it won't make it 6 feet under if it's something of value. I can almost guarantee you if they dig your coffin up a week later, those valuables won't be there. But who am I to judge? But so what I'm saying is no one is better than anyone. We just live our lives differently. We have different opportunities. We take different opportunities. We take different risks, and we have different results. But that doesn't mean that we should be treated as we are lower than someone else. Let me see. At the end of the chess game, the pawn and king go in the same box. Absolutely. We go in the same box. Thank you, Mr. Cullen, James Cullen. I love when he interact with me. But it's so true. We all go to the same place. And so we cannot allow ourselves to be miserable trying to fit in. You don't have to fit in. Be your own person. This is what I teach to my sons or have taught them since they were little. Be your own person. Fit in with yourself. Then you could stand in a room full of people that you don't fit in with and still be comfortable. And that's what I do. You know, and a lot of people, and I think I talked about this last week, they think because you're with this person, you're like them. That is not necessarily so. That is not necessarily so. Be who you are. Stand on your own principles, okay? Stand on your ground, your beliefs, your morals. And wherever you are, don't be afraid to enforce them. Don't be afraid to certify what you believe in, okay? I have a lot of people that believe that I be around, and I'm going to use this because this one gets thrown at me a lot. They believe in abortion. I don't, okay? But I know that all I can do is tell you my view of things. You still have an option to make your decision. You still have an option to make your decision. I can't force anything down your throat, and I will never try. And I will never make you feel bad about your decision. You know why? Because I don't want you trying to make me feel bad about my decision, because ultimately there's one person that I have to answer to, and there's one person that you have to answer to. That's it. So I know how to agree to disagree about everything. I don't worry about things that doesn't concern me, which means your business doesn't concern me, okay? And if I give you advice and you don't take it, it doesn't concern me anymore. And so I put that out there because I want you to understand no matter where you are, you have to stand on your principles. You have to stand on your morals. And if they can't understand that, as they don't want to hear it, you are supposed to what? Shake the dust from your feet. We're supposed to just go away. When I'm not just saying you leave the vicinity, you don't have to. You just leave that issue alone. You leave it alone, but we don't want, I would prefer, let me put it this way, I would prefer a person look at me and say that she's her own woman. She's going to think the way she thinks. She's going to talk the way she talks, and she's going to believe what she's going to believe, okay? Respect that. That's how what I want people to do. I want them to respect that. I don't want to be tolerated, though. I hope y'all understand the difference. Respect the way I live my life. Don't tolerate me. If you can't be around me and respect me, don't be around me. That's the way I feel, because that's what we have to do on the other hand. That's what we have to do. I have to look at these people in this world, nobody in particular, I'm just hypothetically, and respect the way they think, respect the things that they feel close to and passionate about. And if it gets to a point where I just really can't deal with it, I need to not be in their vicinity. I need to remove myself from that equation. But I'm not going to tolerate them. I want to respect the people that I'm around. Okay? And I don't want to just tolerate people because I don't want to be tolerated. I want you to respect me. It's a difference. Please understand, it's a difference. I have seen so many people who are tolerated, and I hope when y'all listen to this video later on, understand the difference. You're tolerated. You're tolerated because I need you to do something. You're tolerated because you can work, but you're not invited to, the dinners, and you're not invited to the special occasions, and you don't get a special invite. You get an invite to where you need to go and serve the food, and you need to pass things out, and I need you to make a few phone calls from me. You are tolerated. You're tolerated. You don't get to come to the birthday parties. You don't get to come here and there and all that stuff. You're tolerated. And if you ever, as you listen to the things that I'm putting out here, and you feel this way, or you ever felt that way, and you ever realize that I don't get invited to the good stuff, I only get invited to the work meetings. 9 times out of 10, you are being tolerated. If you're not getting paid, you're being tolerated. Okay? Everybody, I'm telling you, it's hilarious to me because everybody thinks that I'm the problem sometimes, because I'm boisterous. I put my foot down. I tell you what I'm not going to accept. I tell you what I'm not going to do, and I mean it. I've always been that way. Thank God my mom raised me to be a strong woman. And so where you feel like people are tolerating me, I get personal invites to things. And it's so funny because people ask me, how did you do this or where did you work? And work? No, I get personal invites. You know why? Because I'm not tolerated, I'm respected. There's a difference. I'm not tolerated, I am respected. So that little thing that you have to do to get to the invitation, I don't have to do it. I skip over that and I go right to the event because I'm respected. And that's what our goal needs to be. Our goals need to be getting the respect that we deserve. But when you don't know your worth, you reduce your level of respect, level of worthiness. You reduce it when you don't know your worth. You have to make people respect you. And if they can't respect you, you walk away. Don't be afraid to walk away. It's a saying, and I know you all know it. It says, one monkey don't stop no show. And so if you can't get it one way, you can get it another way. And most of it comes with communication. I look at myself, and I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. But I'm not, one that have money wallowing out of their pockets and driving, real expensive cars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. But listen, I've learned how to deal with any and everybody. And let me tell you something. I will roll my big blue van right up beside your Bentley and get out that car just like you get out the car. And I'm going to communicate with you. Now, if you choose how to communicate with me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I know my worth. And my worth is not in what's in my bank account. Understand that. Your worth is not what's in your bank account. It's what's here. It's your mindset. It's how you're going to be treated and how you're going to treat others. It's how you're going to communicate. That's your worth. The things, the value that you have inside of you, that's your worth. And when you know your worth, you know that there is no way you're going to allow anybody to just tolerate you. It brings tears to my eyes, y'all, when I watch some of these people get mistreated. I see it. I used to work in this place where, and I ain't going to call it out where it is, but people that's done it know that I'm telling the truth. They would come in my office, they would sit down, and they would talk to me about what's going on in the community. Yes? And so when they're talking to me about what's going on in the community, they're talking to me about people that supposedly be in their circle. And now I would sit there because that's what I do. I listen. I'm not a certified counselor, but as a preacher, I am allowed to counsel. So I'm allowed to sit down and listen to people and stuff like that to a certain extent till they show me that they need some professional mental help, and then I have to get them mental help. That comes with the territory. But I would listen to people, sit down in my office, and talk about the so-called people that they call their friends. Okay? And I'm like, my goodness, I thought they were cool as ice, And that's how I started thinking about, honestly, these people are just being tolerated. Now, these individuals think that this is their friend, and honestly, this whole group is just tolerating them because they may need them for something. Even the ones walking around here doing the work, I'm telling you, They talking about, at that time you were being talked about. I'm gonna tell you like that. I ain't gonna tell you what was said, but at that time you were being talked about. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people that you're hanging with. This is why I know so much, because people would come and share with me. I knew some of the things that were going on in the cities that should not be going on, because people would come and share with me. And I'm not gonna repeat it. You know what I'm saying? It was only, like I told you, it was only one time I repeated anything that I was told, and that's because I was hurt beyond repair. I'm telling you, it was crazy. But I pray that I never ever get to that situation again, or that point, that low point. I was at a low point. But what I'm saying is, I want to make you aware that a lot of times people that you are hanging with, people that you associate yourself with, have no respect for you. They tolerate you. And this is where we need to ask ourselves, what type of relationship do I have with this individual, and this individual, and this group of people, and this group of people? Evaluate your relationships. And I say that because the last thing that we want to do is be tolerated. I'd rather be respected any day. And with respect, if that means I can't go to certain events, I'm not invited to certain events, I can't sit down and break bread with this person at the table, I would take that. But I'd rather to be respected than to be called on to every event and be tolerated. And I pray that is what you rather be as well. Be respected. When you walk in the room, you know that you are respected. I'm telling y'all, when I have so many people, for those of you who don't know, I was the first female commander of one of the American Legion posts. First female commander in 76 years, okay? A lot of people could not stand me because I was hardcore. I believed in the rules. Wasn't no getting over and all this stuff. I'm going to enforce what you got to enforce. That's how I am. Leadership and management, that's what I am. And so a lot of people did not like me, okay? But guess what? They respected me because I didn't deviate. I didn't change for one person or another. I did the same thing. You know that if you did the same thing over here that wasn't correct, I'm going to correct it. And so I earned respect even though I didn't earn likes, okay? And I can live with myself that way. I can wake up in the morning and say I did not deviate. I did not fold. I stood my ground. I went on what I believed in. My morals were intact. And when you can do that daily, you're going to have a great life. You're not going to lay your head down regretting nothing. You're going to be peaceful. You're going to be at peace with yourself and with your life. Stand your ground. Be morally correct. And make sure that you're not being tolerated. Make sure that you're being respected, even if it's a little bit of respect. I'll take that. But you're not going to disrespect me in my face because you're tolerating me. I'm not going to be around you and I know that you don't respect me. We get it in your mind that if they don't respect me, they don't deserve my presence. If they don't respect me, they don't deserve my presence. And see, for me, that goes for friend, foe, family. Friend, foe, family. I will stay away from family members if I'm not respected. And I'm going to love you till the love is gone, meaning till they bury me in my grave. I am going to love you, but I'm going to love you from a distance because respect to me is everything. Everything. And you don't get a lot of chances. You know what I'm saying? You might do one. You might disrespect me 1 year. A couple of years go by. That's the one time. You disrespect me another year. Maybe it's 3-4 years later. That's your second time. It doesn't start over. But that third time I see that there's a pattern, you're out of there, baby. you're out of there. And I'm going to still speak, I'm going to be courteous, but just know that you have struck out. Because I don't want to be around you and I have to worry about, am I going to have to nip this in the bud? That's not a comfortable feeling for me, where I got to be listening to your every word because I know that you are disrespectful. Okay? When I was in the military, and I'm not going to keep you much longer, give me maybe about 4 or 5 minutes. When I was in the military, there was so much disrespect going around in the military. When I was a young soldier, so much disrespect going on around, so much to the point where, let me tell y'all, I noticed that a lot of people wouldn't even speak to you unless they looked at your rank first. And if they looked at your rank first and you outranked them, they speak to you. If they looked at your rank first and your rank was beneath theirs, they walked by. How disrespectful is that? Why not encourage a young soldier? Why not? I'm telling y'all what I know. It was so disrespectful in the military. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud to be a veteran, but these are the little tedious things that we had to deal with. You walk by an E8, okay? He looks at your rank, period, point blank, period. Or E7, let's say E7. He looks at your rank. If you were an E7 or higher, he walked right on by you. But y'all know what I used to do? I used to say, hey, son, first class, I know you saw me. How are you doing today? I would make them speak to me. Hello, sir, I know you saw me. I just saluted you. You didn't salute back. Yeah, I would call them out. I would call them out. Why? Because I can. And as an officer, you're supposed to give me a hand salute. If I give you the greeting of the day, that's my job. I got paid to give you a salute and to greet you of the day. You're supposed to salute me back. And you don't get to ignore me because you outrank me. And so when I got out of the military, just want to give y'all an example of the disrespect that comes in the military, not with everybody, but with some people, because I wasn't that person. I was like, hey, soldier, how you doing? Come here, private, let me talk to you. And, that's how I used to do. But everybody don't do it. They wear that rank as a badge of honor, baby, and they just put themselves on a pedestal, and they can be a soup sandwich. It don't matter. Their boots look like Hershey Kisses, smeared up because they don't take the time to look decent. But because they got that rank, they done put themselves on a pedestal to where they tolerate the soldiers now. They don't respect the soldiers. But without the soldiers, who's going to do the work? Supervisor. You, Mr. On the pedestal. So what I set out to say, when I got out of the military, my goal was I would never get a job, and I know y'all heard me say this before, I would never get a job where I can't put a 2 weeks notice in. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Because I know that it was very difficult for me to hold my peace. And so when I didn't want to hold my peace, that's when I started messing with him about how you doing today. Didn't you see me? I know you saw me. That was my way of getting out my frustration on the disrespect that just took place. Everybody can't do it, so you soldiers that see this video, you might not want to try it. Y'all not me, because there may be some consequences one day. And if you're not ready for the consequences, don't try it. But that's what I used to do. And people got used to me. And so when they would see me again, they were like, hey, man, Swain, how you doing? Because I let them know you're not going to disrespect me just because you outrank me. I was an E6, but that really didn't matter none to me. That was my pay, and I had responsibilities. But you weren't going to disrespect me. I don't care what you were. But that's how it goes, y'all. You have to stand firmly on the amount of respect or your position in this community, in this world. Let me say that. You got to stand firm. And that means you're going to spend a lot of evenings by yourself. So may it be. Be by yourself. But don't be tolerated, okay? Listen, God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself. Then you can properly go on and love someone else. Until we should meet again, may you be blessed tremendously. Happy holidays, and I'll talk to y'all a little bit later.